Who are you?
I am the mother of XXXTentacion.
A famous 33 life path. And he is the one who put you in this beautiful home, correct?
Absolutely.
Your son had a great love for the occult, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Did he ever mention numerology, astrology, tarot to you?
He did, all the time.
Tell us how those conversations went.
It didn't go too well because I was raised in a Christian home, and it was just not something that I was interested in, so I was always dismissive. He believed that everything's written in the stars and, you know, all that stuff, and had a lot of books on it.
And what years are we talking about here?
16, 17, on up.
Okay, and you weren't trying to hear any of it?
I wasn't trying to hear any of it. I didn't start getting into that stuff until after he passed away.
Is that when your regrets that you should have listened to him a little bit more?
100%.
And that's what you got me over here for now.
Smart question. Because most people don't even ask, they assume. Is it metaphorical? You know what? You're the first one to hit it on the dot. Thank you. That right there is a metaphor for myself. That's me. I am the fucking Baphomet. Am I the devil? Nah.
He started, the guy that had the model house, he was a male talent too. I actually can't stand him. His name's Bruno. He does some satanic shit now with the girls.
That's on Ruby Lust, right?
Yeah, you know him? Yeah. Okay, well,
like I met him sometimes like in clubs and stuff.
He's a known ground. He sacrifices girls' soul and he f***s them on top of his bed. Because he has like the gates of hell pentagon drawn underneath his bed. And he sacrifices girls' soul on top of the bed when he f***s them. So, let the world know that, because that is some real demonic shit. That's not cool. And that revolves around XXXTentacion too, because
that whole like scene and stuff is like, you know,
XXX does the same thing.
By numerology and astrology himself in the occult, correct?
Correct.
Go ahead.
These are some of his books, just so you have an idea of where his mind was and the things that he found interesting.
So he was definitely into the occult, numerology, and astrology.
Wow. Everything. And there's more here. Magic of believing and 48 laws of power, mythology, magic, everything you can.
Very nice.
Is here. The astrology.
And where's the book that he gave
Power
you?
of the 8. I'm looking for it.
And the reason that's important is because she's an 8 life path in numerology. Your son knew that. That's why he gave you that book.
Yeah. Yeah. Where is it? Where is it? It's in my room. But look, birthdays, secret language of birthdays.
Yep.
Look, the cosmos, like he was into all.
So again, this is no doubt that one of the greatest young minds in music history was influenced by numerology and astrology himself in the occult, correct?
Correct.
This is his mother telling you this.
Correct. In this realm, it's on my Instagram right now.
He said that.
He said, I'm back in this realm, and he talked about, you know, being in the school and being in the system and stuff like that.
Did he talk about past lives quite often?
Not quite often, but he does believe that. He believes in it, sure. He believes that energy cannot be destroyed, so even if he passes away, that he will return. And one of the things that he told me that kind of stick with me is that he said, when I die, I'm going to come back through you. I'm going to always choose you.
He's going to come back through you. What do you mean?
He said he picked me to be his mother in this lifetime, and he will always pick me in every lifetime. Yeah.
Your son's a martyr. Do you believe that?
I believe that.
Did he tell you that he was going to be a martyr?
No. But he said, you're going to see how genius I am when I passed away.
Do you think he expected to
Yeah.
pass
Oh,
away?
yeah. We talked about that all the time. Talked about it all the time. He told me that he wasn't going to make it at 21. Me and plenty other people all the time.
Stop.
Yeah.
He told you a number of times he wasn't going to make it
to 21.
Was he joking? Was he serious when he said that?
I
said stuff like that too.
He's always serious, and that would piss me off. So I'm like, why are you saying that? Like, you're literally putting that out. It's just like, I'm not just saying it, I know. Always say that.
And he's been very confident when he said that.
He would always.
That's exactly what happened.
And that's exactly what happened. That nobody knows. The day before he died, that night, he went to Walmart by himself and bought a load of white candles. Left them in the house by the fireplace. Those were the candles that we ended up using, kind of like visual.
He bought a whole bunch of candles.
White candles.
Before he died.
The night he bought it that night, he died one day. That had me like thinking, like, was he threatened, or he knows something that I didn't know, or he didn't want to tell me because he didn't want to scare me. It was weird because
He gave me the birthday he died, and say it again.
June 18th.
2018. I looked at that day, and based off the Illuminati, Babylonian, the New World, or whatever you want to call
Yeah.
them, that's not usually the day they take people out.
So he was not a industry sacrificer.
I personally do not believe he was an industry sacrifice.
Okay.
I look at, when people like Michael Jackson, people, get taken out, and they usually have certain type of numbers around them, type of master numbers. I need that here. What I do see is a lot of martyr energy in that day. Start getting into numerology.
Yeah. I started like trying to figure him out and to see if there's a way that I can contact him. Like, it's weird. I started seeing all these spirit boxes on YouTube and people. One of them I actually heard voice. It sounded like his voice. I don't know if they're playing or who did it.
Be very careful with gypsies.
Yeah, no. I mean, I haven't reached out to anyone, but I just, was like listening to that type of stuff and.
You're in grief. You know what to do. You're listening to crazy ideas, right?
Yeah, but he also was giving me like crazy signs like. Week after he passed away, and I wasn't able to see him for a whole week because his head was swollen, right? And they can't let me see him like that.
What?
Yeah, his head was swollen. They wouldn't let me see him. So a week later, when I finally went to see him, I think his spirit followed me home or something because I smelt. So what they did, how they embalmed him or did something where they able to put him in the wall and rot, right? You dehydrate, but you don't rot. So if we should pull him out right now, he would have everything intact. But whatever process they use, whatever chemicals, I smelt it the whole day in the house. Then, a few days later, he turned the light off on me in his room, in his bed, and the lights start dimming until it turns off. And I sat up like a zombie, like, what just happened? I got scared for a minute, I was gonna run, and then I'm like, it's him trying to, and then it came back on and slowly went back to where it was. It's like
Have you had any other experiences like that?
I've had a heart in the sky that's on Instagram. Heart. In the sky.
What about on his birthdays? Did you make any type of messages on his birthday?
Nothing on the birthday, but on the death day.
On the death day.
Death day. I have it. I have the video I can show you right now on my phone. June 18th, exactly a year. He passed away. I had a double rainbow outside, and it landed on my house. Usually, you can go to the back of the house and see where the end is. It was on top of my house. Double rainbow.
Any doubt that's him?
Of course, 100% that's him. 100%. And I also felt him sit on my bed one night when I was sleeping. I felt the bed just like, when someone laid on the bed? I felt that. And then I also have a video on my phone. A friend of mine bought me one of those bears, the Build-A-Bear, and she put a voice box in the bear. It says, "I love my mom to death." She said, "At my eye," because he did an interview where he sat, right? So she pulled that part and she put it there. And one day I was massaging the room, and you have to squeeze it, by the way, for it to talk. The bear starts talking on its own, and I was able to capture that on my phone.
He's definitely sending you messages.
He's sending me messages.
Knowing what you know about your son, this is his whole plan from the very beginning.
100%.
He wanted to get martyred. He wanted, because I looked at the day he died, June 18th, and throughout history. And there's a history of revolutions, one in Egypt that happened on that day, not the same year. So I'm thinking that if he knew that he could tap into that energy, maybe that's the day he chose to go, because he would know that his energy would be connected with revolutionary energy. Yeah. Does that make sense to you?
It makes sense, 100%. There's a song on the last album that he actually curated. It's called Train Food. You need to listen to that song. He basically describes the day he dies.